Hi, I'm Dee with Modesty Matters. Modesty Matters is a business dedicated to providing products for modest-minded families. Today I'm going to show you how to make some beautiful, frilly little girl socks. And then at the end, I'll tell you where you can go to find out how to make the beautiful bows that go on it. So let's get started. Alright, first of all, you'll need to begin with getting the right size socks for the person you're making them for. And then you will need lace or eyelets, any size, any style that you would like to put on those socks. This is 2.5 inch wide, and the length on this is 13.5 inches. The first thing I'm going to do is take my piece of eyelet and I'm going to put it right sides together. And you can tell that by when you look at the eyelet, you see a nice stitch on this side and you see what appears to be a double stitch on the other side. That is the underside of your eyelet. Alright, I am going to double it over like this and I'm going to zigzag it together. Now let me tell you a little bit about sewing machines. If you have inherited a sewing machine, please take it and get it serviced and get an instruction manual before you try to work with it. It will save you a great deal of headache. Also, take your instruction manual and familiarize yourself with your sewing machine. Straight stitch, to do a zigzag, and to go backwards in reverse on a sewing machine to do almost all of our patterns. So the first thing I'm going to do is a zigzag stitch, and I'm going to zigzag just right down this right here, and when I start a seam I go forward, I stop, and I put my machine in reverse and I lock that stitch in place. It gives it a nice solid start and a nice solid finish. And I'll trim off the excess without touching the stitch at all. And we're ready to sew it onto our sock. Alright, I'm going to take my sock and I'm going to lay it just like I want it on the sock. So if you can visibly see where the toe is on your sock, you're going to want to put the seam on the inside, on that same side as your toe, so that it'll be on the inside ankle and you won't have a seam on the outside. I pin it right there, and then I take it and I stretch the sock out all the way, all the way out, so that I know exactly where the other side is, and I go ahead and I pin it on that side. And then I'll go ahead and I'm going to pin it in between also. I'm going to take it right here and right here. Good. Pull it out. Make sure that we have it nice and even all the way around. And I'm going to pin it again. Here. And then here. This will help you greatly as you go to sew it. Keep it nice and even all the way around. Right now, I'm going to take my machine and I'm going to go back to a straight stitch. And I'm going to pull the sock like this all the way through. And I'm going to lay it down. Bring my needle down inside so it's nice and secure. Now I want you to understand I don't sew over pins. It's very easy to break your needle if you do that. So I will stitch forward, holding the front and the back. And I will set that stitch, but then I'll pull that pin out. So every time before you come to a pin, you will stop and pull it out, making sure that your eyelet or lace is overlapping your bobby to grab in the back and pull in the front at the same time. And you'll need to adjust a little bit just to make sure you're always pulling it out so that your little girl can get it over her ankle and over the rest of her foot. Okay, nice stop. Okay, I just adjust it. And again, I grab back here and I pull from both sides to have it nice and taut as I sew it. Stopping to take those pins out. And we're almost done. And I stop. I put my machine in reverse, and I go forward again, locking that seam in place. Raise my needle, put out, and I clip my thread. And here we have a very beautiful product, a very sweet little frilly girl sock. Now I'm going to show you how we can put a bow on it. Alright, now we are going to take one of our classic Modesty Matters bows. These are beautiful little bows, and we are going to show you on a download how to make these. We will take you step by step through. These are wonderful bows. They can be used in hair, and they can also be used on our socks. What we do, we take our bow and we place it on the opposite side as our seam. Here's our seam over here. We flip it, and we're going to put our bow right here at what will be the ankle. Right down like that. Hold it in place. Then we're going to take one of the very tiny little safety pins, and we're going to go underneath, and we're going to simply pin that in place. And the reason that we pin it instead of sewing it in place is because now you have the option of changing that bow out using a different color. You're not committed to this color on this pair of socks. And you can also take it off in order to wash that pair of socks. So this is beautiful, very frilly, very feminine little girl sock that we showed you how to make. We also have our little baby socks with our little baby bow, and you will be able to download that also to learn how to make that little baby bow. Thank you so much for downloading our video today. I'm so glad that you joined us, and I encourage you to check out our other videos. We will take you step by step through many other products and teach you how to make them. Thanks again.